Well, it's day two of the National General Council in Boksburg in Ekurhuleni, and the focus will be on the National Democratic Revolution. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver an address today on the Freedom Charter. Now, yesterday, Ramaphosa urged members to save the party from disintegrating. The NGC is a midterm platform to take stock of the implementation of resolutions adopted in the 2022 National Conference. Ramaphosa says they want to rid the party from factionalism before its 120-year anniversary celebration. Well, let's cross now to Sakina Kamwenda for more on the ANC National General Council. Sakina, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Leanne, and of course, welcome to Ekurhuleni. Somehow, summer has found us after we were asking about its absence last week. For the African National Congress, it is, of course, their 5th NGC, and it's day 2 of 4 here. So yesterday, of course, the organizational overview, the political report, was presented by President Cyril Ramaphosa, and among other things, it stated the demand for ideological clarity moving forward for the African National Congress, especially in light of what resolutions were taken at one of the tripartite alliance partners, which is, of course, the South African Communist Party, Leanne, who have decided that they will venture into next year's local government elections on their own. And then it raises questions about the alliance going forward. It would seem that it is still intact for all intents and purposes, but there are questions that need to be addressed because these issues are also not new. They've been long-standing, and the alliance partners have at various junctions indicated that they felt that they were somehow neglected or let down in the lead-up to major conferences. But then, of course, come elections, they would then be expected to put their shoulder to the wheel. Some of the other instances, issues that were discussed, political programs and how these ought to be recalibrated to move the ANC forward, and the president emphasizing that. And this is, of course, what these discussions, these base documents that have been circulated will be looking at in the main. It's about policy to move forward. And then one of the other issues that was touched upon, of course, in the TG's report as well, is looking at economic transformation in South Africa and whether the current policies that we have are in fact the correct vehicles, whether the ANC would be, among others, the correct vehicle to move us forward in terms of economic transformation in this country. Which policies need to be reviewed? BEE, we know the DA, for example, has come out and put their perspective on the table to say this is how they think this matter ought to be dealt with. But has that particular policy run its course? Is that one of the ones that needs to be recalibrated? And if so, how? Because the question around redress is not whether redress still needs to happen. It's about how redress needs to be implemented so that it is most impactful for most South Africans. So these are some of the discussions, of course, that will be delved in a much greater lengths here at the deliberations at the 5th NGC. And of course, the Freedom Charter, also as part of the thematic discussions here at the NGC, will also be delved into, Leanne. And I can tell you, yesterday there were some ANC workers protesting outside here, and they were saying that, among other things, their provident funds were not paid, and they were raising that particular matter, the protest, just outside the Birchwood Conference Center, and hoping to hear more from them, because that is, of course, a matter that needs to be discussed as well, and the TG's report looking into that in more depth. But of course, I've got guests coming through, and we will also try and peel back some of the layers there to let you in on the base documents, what is expected to be discussed, and of course, what we are, of course, seeing here.